Good Tuesday morning to you. It's a beautiful, beautiful May day in Lower Alabama. It's going to get hot today, this afternoon. We're into that transitional time of year. We enjoy a little cool in the morning, and then it gets hot in the afternoon. Thought I'd do a little fresh update on Shirley's situation with cancer. And part of it is because there are people that have their judgments about what we're going through. And they have their judgments regarding the decisions that we've made in regard to the direction that we're taking where this cancer is concerned. And I want to begin by saying that chemotherapy is not our first choice. In fact, we spent a lot of time thinking about and praying about what to do, how to do, because we're certainly not by any means, shape, form, or fashion, we're not ignorant about what the options are. We've been studying this thing for a long time. I mean, this is the third time that we've been through some type of cancer deal where Shirley is concerned. 2005 with the melanoma, and then again 3 years ago with the endometrial cancer. But as I said a couple of days ago, this is the first time that we've ever had to deal with anything that has a terminal nature to it. And and it was stated right up front when we went in to see Shirley's doctor at the Mitchell Cancer Institute in Mobile. They don't know how to cure this. And so here we are, we're dealing with this reality that's our reality to deal with. And we're doing it with faith, we're doing it with courage, we're doing it based on the greatest informed decisions that we can possibly make for ourselves. Shirley did not want to do chemotherapy. In fact, we investigated the idea of doing the homeopathic route, and that was our first choice. But what we realized as we started doing that is that because of the aggressive nature of this pancreatic cancer and how when it was diagnosed it was already metastasized, stage 4. It was not only involving her pancreas, but it had metastasized to her liver, it had metastasized to her stomach, to her intestines, a spot on her lung. It's all over. Numerous places in her body, and already well progressed, aggressively growing. And the way it affects her with the nausea, her digestive tract is all messed up. She has trouble digesting anything. She has trouble with nausea. She has trouble with a terrible lack of appetite. And I've even gone to cooking out here on the porch because I don't want to create that food smell in the house and do anything that's going to aggravate that sense of nausea. And so because of these effects, she's unable to consume the volume of juices that are necessary in that homeopathic protocol. There's just no way she can do it. And, you know, we tried it. We even bought a brand new juicer. We gave our old juicer away, donated it to the thrift store a few weeks ago, a few weeks before this came up. And we bought a new juicer. And I started making these juices according to the recipes that were recommended to us. And we have dear friends that are, you know, they're not armchair physicians like some people are. We have dear friends who are well versed and educated in this field of homeopathic medicine, and we trust them with our lives. And we started that route, doing the juicing thing, but it just wouldn't work. Shirley couldn't drink the volume that was necessary in order to sustain this on a daily basis. And so there comes the source of our decision. Shirley's decision and my agreement with her decision to do this chemotherapy route. So there you have that much of the story. And it's not easy. There's nothing easy about it. And yesterday, finally, after a little bit of back and forth and getting approvals and all of that kind of stuff, I picked up a prescription for marinol for Shirley, and the marinol seems to be helping some. It's life is better with it than without it, I'll say that. So there we are. That's the main point of this video, is to update you on why we're doing chemotherapy instead of doing a natural protocol. And we're not dismissing the efficacy of the natural protocols, because there are people who have great success with them. But in Shirley's situation, it's really not possible. It's really not practical to try to do that, because with the minuscule amount of juice that she's able to ingest, it's just not working. And then at the same time, even the minuscule amounts of juice affect her nausea. So here we are, we're doing the best we can with what we got, making the best informed decisions that we can make, and moving ahead day by day, moment by moment, with life as it is for Shirley and David. Now, we find a lot of comfort in knowing that this world that we live in is not our home. As the old song goes, we're only passing through. If heaven's not our home, oh Lord, what will we do? And reading through the daily gospel readings, that's something that I try to do every day in my own personal devotional life. Some days I mess up and don't do it. That's just a lack of discipline on my part. But reading through our gospel readings for the daily masses, today Jesus, in that daily reading, he says, "Peace I leave with you. My peace I give to you. Not as the world gives, do I give to you. And then he says something very profound and very encouraging, on top of something that's already profound and encouraging. He said, let not your hearts be troubled, neither let them be afraid. There's really no fear as a part of this journey that we're going through. Not the kind of fear that scares you. Not the kind of fear that haunts you. Because we have that deeply seated assurance that in the end, we have a home waiting for us. A home prepared for us. A place in the eternal city. There's a lot of comfort in that. There's a lot of hope in that. And today's journey is a continuation of looking forward to eternity. Eternity in the presence of Christ. Eternity with Jesus, who promises us that he's preparing a place for us. Well, that's eternity. What am I going to do today? I think I'm going to reconfigure the Toyota. One of the things that we do when we're getting ready to head out on a camping excursion is we take the seat backs out of the back seat, off of the back seat, and we put them away. And that makes just enough more room in the car. We call it the Toyota carry-all. We can put everything that we need either inside or on top of the car to go on any kind of camping trip we want to go on, for any length of time we want to go on. And it's one of the things that we've rehearsed and practiced over the years. And before this came up, we were preparing to head out on a long camping trip and see some sights and do some things, and then those plans got changed by this pancreatic cancer diagnosis. So right now we need the Toyota to be more of a sedan than we do a carry-on. And so I'll work today on getting the seat backs back in the car, and there's a bunch of stuff in the back of the car that I'll have to put away, camping stuff, and we'll get that taken care of. And hopefully this chemotherapy and the stuff that we're doing in a few weeks or a month or so, it'll have a positive enough effect that we can take off and do a couple of things. So that's where we are. And we'll continue to update and carry you along on this journey with us. Keep the faith, folks. Realize that this world and everything in it is passing away. In fact, Paul tells us in one of his letters that this whole creation is groaning in travail. Well, we're doing a little groaning in travail ourselves, aren't we? God bless.